Kevin here once again with my 123 cents, and I'm going to talk today about an experience I had about 2 weeks ago with Impact Wrestling, TNA Wrestling. They were running a house show here in Southern Illinois called Base Brawl, and it was held at Rentland Park, where the Southern Illinois Miners play, and they've been going around the country doing these shows. I know last year they did it, and I think this year is the second year for it. But basically they go to different baseball stadiums and have house shows, minor league stadiums or Frontier League as what the Southern Illinois Miners are. But anyway, it was a great experience. Prior to the show, I got to interview D'Lo Brown, who is an agent now for Impact Wrestling, and here's what he had to say about the show. Tell me about Base Brawl. This is something very brand new for you guys. This is the first event kicking off the season.
Base Brawl is an interactive event from TNA Wrestling. It's taking our product to the fans and doing it in a unique environment like a baseball stadium. It's the first of several events we'll do over this summer, and at TNA we're really excited about it.
And you said interactive. Fans are going to have an opportunity to meet with some of the superstars.
Without a doubt, I believe we're the most interactive product on the planet. Fans will, from the minute they get out of their car, they'll hear the voice of Don West, and if you've heard his voice, you know it. He'll lead you right into steals and deals, and he'll wheel and deal, and then all of a sudden you know Jeremy Borash. He'll bring you in, and you'll see the stars of TNA like Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett, and they'll be out signing autographs and taking pictures, and it's just a fun time overall.
And it's a great event to bring the family out to.
Yes, without a doubt. It's completely fan-friendly, kid-appropriate, age-appropriate, and we put on a very good product for our fans.
And fans who may not be familiar with the TNA product or Impact Wrestling product, who will they see tonight? Because you guys have rising stars in the company. You also have some established guys who have come in through the years. Jeff Jarrett, who founded the company, obviously, yes. And then Kurt Angle, who is training for another run at the Olympics.
Amazing. Kurt Angle at 40-something years old is going for another Olympic run, but you'll see, like you said, Jeff Jarrett, you'll see the phenomenal AJ Styles, Tommy Dreamer, who is an innovator of violence, Bully Ray Dudley, Kazarian, you'll see Velvet Sky, one of my favorites. And just the list goes on and on. I mean, just bring the family, bring the friends, give TNA Wrestling, Impact Wrestling just one shot, and I guarantee you won't go back.
And you guys do, you're obviously here early to kind of promote the event. Mm-hmm. You guys do a lot of travel, and you're going to be on the road heading to Memphis and then to Orlando for a weekend pay-per-view. Talk about life on the road.
Life on the road is difficult. I mean, I flew into Nashville 2 days ago, then drove up from Nashville last night, here in Marion tonight, then on to Memphis, like you said, then back down to Orlando. Some of the stars are going to Mexico next week, and then it keeps going. We travel about 120, 30 days a year and put on 120 events a year. So it's a pretty hectic schedule.
And I am a huge wrestling fan. I think our viewers know that. I got to ask you, though, when people use the F word, mm-hmm. fake.
Yes.
It bothers me, and I know it bothers you guys. What's your response when someone calls it fake?
When someone calls it fake, I tell you this. Ask my chiropractor, ask my wife, ask my doctor. It is not fake. My body, I'm 40 years old, but my body is probably about a 60-year-old guy. It is not ballet. We hit each other. Guys get hurt, unfortunately. It is real as it possibly can be without insulting anybody's intelligence. It is a physical event.
Very physical, and folks can check it out tonight. It is the Base Brawl event. Bell time 7:30. If you have the tickets to get there early, though, you can do the meet and greet. I believe that starts at 6:30 tonight. It is out at Rentland Park, and tickets are still available. And I actually will be a guest manager out there tonight, so that'll be a lot of fun too.
Yeah, I've heard you had a little inkling for Velvet Sky. I don't know. I'm going to talk to her when I get back to the arena there.
I hope my wife's not watching right now. All right, thank you so much, D'Lo Brown.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you. Appreciate it. Interviewing D'Lo was a great experience. I appreciate it. He was really cool beforehand. I got to talk to him a little bit before the show started, and then of course we talked for the interview itself. A great guy. I appreciate him getting up very early in the morning to do that interview with us over on the TV station that I work at. So I appreciate him for being there. And also, another part of that night was I won this contest through ESPN Radio on becoming a manager for the night. So as D'Lo and I talked in the interview, he recommended Velvet Sky, that I manage Velvet Sky. So that's what I went ahead and did. And when I made the video, I had auditioned for the part to be the manager, and I made a video, and I did all my different characters, and Professor Wrestlestein was the one that my 123 Cents fans picked that I go as that night. So I had my backpack packed with all the gear for Professor Wrestlestein. But when I got there, I talked to some of the agents, and they had suggested that I not dress up. So I didn't. I went out as plain old Kevin Huntsberger with my ESPN T-shirt on that the radio station had provided for me. So, but that experience was really cool. Ever since I was a kid, I have dreamed of being a wrestling manager. And of course, this was not the full-fledged wrestling manager bit, but it's probably the closest that I'm ever going to get to experiencing that. At age 38, I don't see many opportunities like this coming along again in my lifetime. So I was able to take advantage of this and have a lot of fun with it. I hung out backstage for a little bit. The first match was Robbie E versus Eric Young, and then the match with Velvet Sky against Madison Rayne was against Angelina Love was the second match of the night, and that's where I went out and we talked a little bit before the match, kind of geared up and kind of figured out what was going to happen. And Winter was in Angelina Love's corner, of course, and so we kind of went over some things that that she was going to do and that I was going to react to. Of course, there was nothing physical involved with the angle at all, but it was a lot of fun. Probably the highlight for me, besides walking out there with this beautiful wrestling TNA knockout, was the fact that, of course, this is my hometown crowd, so people were chanting and cheering my name as well as Velvet Sky's name, so that was a lot of fun too. So it was an experience that I'll never forget. I appreciate the opportunity, and I hope that maybe something like this comes along again someday, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I feel like I've made a friend in D'Lo Brown. I've kept in touch with him through Twitter, and we swapped phone numbers, so hopefully, some other opportunities will come around, and I'll be able to keep in touch with D'Lo that way. Also, got to meet some of the other wrestlers that night backstage, did some autographs and picture sessions with them. Of course, the cherry on top that night was meeting Kurt Angle in the ring, had our picture taken that you guys have probably seen on the My 123 Cents pages. So it was a great night. Sorry this is so late, but I'm finally getting around to doing this. And I want you to be sure to click that subscribe button at the top and check out My 123 Cents on our blog page, as well as my123cents.com. Thanks for watching, everyone.